Hey, it's Josh here from the Braver by the Day podcast. Today it's just a quick video to show you guys how to subscribe and or rate and review a podcast in iTunes. So I'm on my iMac here, so if you're on Windows, this may all take slightly longer. Sorry, I couldn't help myself with that, just had to have a stab there. But the first thing you'll need is the iTunes software, so I'm assuming most people would have that are watching this, so we'll click on that. It will open iTunes, whichever version you have. You'll need to go into the iTunes store. So one thing to keep in mind with podcasts is that predominantly they're always free. So anything you see in iTunes in the podcast directory will always be free. iTunes store, it will say accessing iTunes store. Takes a sec, so we just want to click on podcasts. And for today, I'm going to select a new podcast in the audio section. So I might just enlarge the screen there. So I'm going to search for the Brain Science podcast, which is a new show that I actually discovered on my iPhone the other day from hearing it mentioned on another show. So that will access the store. That's the one I'm after. Ginger Campbell, Brain Science podcast. Particularly good show if you're into neuroscience and psychology and those sorts of things. I chose this one because I know that I actually haven't rated and reviewed this one. So if you wanted to subscribe to the show, which means you'll get an automatic download of the most recent episode through either iTunes itself or the iTunes podcast app, which is a free Apple app for iOS, you would hit the subscribe button here, and or you can actually do that in your phone if you discover a show while maybe listening to another show or just a suggestion. So what I'm going to do is go to ratings and reviews. As I haven't reviewed this show as part of the reason why I chose it, I'm going to give it 5 stars because I really, really love it. It's one of my favorite shows at the moment. And that's enough. But you can also write an actual review. So I've just gone with awesome guest and Ginger is a really interesting host. Submit. And that might take 24 hours, but essentially why this is important is that will actually help, particularly because that will go into the Australian iTunes store to help expose people that are interested in the categories that Ginger is trying to appeal to, which is neuroscience and psychology and all those sorts of things. This will help present her show to people that haven't heard it. So rating and reviews are really important. If you do have a podcast that you like or support, it would really help them out if you did that. So rating and reviews are under the rating and reviews tab. And just to subscribe to be able to get the shows automatically, under subscribe. So I hope this helps for anyone who's been wondering what a podcast is or how to get them. It really is really easy. So iTunes can do it all for you. So if you have any questions, at Joshua C. Liston on Twitter, or just email joshuacliston@gmail.com and I can walk you through it. Okay, thanks guys. See you later.